is Trivia for Kids, where it's not just for adults anymore. Hello and welcome to episode 15 of Trivia for Kids. I'm Ren.
And I'm Casey. Guess who's back? Back again. Rennie's back. Tell your friends.
What?
That was a good song when I was in high school. Okay. You never heard that song?
No.
Oh. So today it was a pretty nice day. So we went to the golf course, just Dan and I and Ren and Brooks, because Quinn was busy. And Ren, why don't you talk about your golf game today?
I beat my mom by a lot and I hit farther than her.
She killed me at golf. I've golfed a lot longer than you have, and I'm not a good golfer. And you've golfed, what is it, your second year? And you just destroyed me on the golf course. But that's okay, because that's good. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Let's talk about some more favorites this week, Ren. What's your favorite food?
It's a hard one because I like a whole bunch of food. Maybe ravioli or orange chicken or yeah.
You and Quinn and Brooks all like Chinese food, and Dan all like Chinese food a lot, don't you? And what's your favorite subject in school?
Art or reading?
And what do you think you're the best at in school? What's your easiest subject for you?
Reading.
And what is your favorite books to read? You just finished a whole series of a book. Which one was it?
Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
And which Diary of a Wimpy Kid book was your favorite?
Maybe 16 because I think that one
what was the title of it?
Funniest. Big Shot.
Oh, that's the most recent. You just got that from Santa this year, Christmas, didn't you?
Yeah.
And that was your favorite, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Well, do you have a joke of the week for us?
Yes. How do you make a lemon drop?
I've never made one. I don't know.
Just let it fall.
Oh, I get it. Good one. I liked it. Okay. Here we go. Time for
dinner.
Trivia.
Here's how the show works. Trivia for Kids consists of 5 rounds with 7 questions each. We will announce the answers at the end of each round. Each new round will have a different category. After the 5th round, we will have the final exam, which will test you on the toughest questions we have covered in the previous rounds. Everyone ready? Let's get started.
Round 1. The category is cows. Question 1. What is a newborn cow called? Question 2. True or false? Bulls do not like the color red. Question 3. What age was the oldest cow who ever lived? 26 years, 48 years, or 60 years? Question 4. How many stomach chambers does a cow have? Question 5. What color is a Holstein cow? Here's a hint. The Holstein is the most popular dairy breed in the United States. Question 6. How long does a cow chew its cud each day? Question 7. How much milk does it take to make 1 pound of cheese? And now the answers to round 1. Question 1. What is a newborn cow called?
Calf.
Yep, it's called a calf. Do you know where else you would find a calf?
farm.
on a farm or on your leg.
All right.
Do you know that the leg muscle on the back side of your bottom part of your leg is called a calf?
Yeah.
Oh. Question 2, true or false? Bulls do not like the color red.
False.
Cattle are actually colorblind. So it isn't the color that makes the bull angry, it's the waving of the flag and the matador. Have you ever seen a bullfight, or would you ever do a bullfight, or would you ever watch a bullfight?
I don't know. It depends.
On?
Well, I don't really know what it depends on. I don't think I'd ever watch it.
No? I think I'd watch one, but
I'd probably start crying.
yeah, it's pretty mean for the bull, so I don't like that part of it. Question 3. What age was the oldest cow who ever lived? 26 years, 48 years, or 60 years?
48 years.
Yep, this cow lived in Ireland, and her name was
Big Bertha.
Big Bertha. She also held the record for the most offspring with 39 calves. Normally, cows only live 15 to 20 years.
Wow.
Wow, I would say wow. That farmer was probably like, geez, Bertha, when are you going to kick the bucket? That's another word for die. Question 4. How many stomach chambers does a cow have?
4.
Yep.
What is a stomach chamber?
So I thought the cow had 4 stomachs, which they kind of do, but I think they really kind of just have one big stomach, and then it's kind of 4 separate compartments for the whole cow stomach. Question 5. What color is a Holstein cow? Hint, Holstein is the most popular dairy breed in the United States.
Black and white.
Have you ever seen a Holstein cow?
Yes.
Yes, probably lots of times, huh?
They're actually pretty common.
Yeah, they are. Especially around here. We have a lot of cows by us, don't we? Question 6. How long does a cow chew her cud each day?
Up to 8 hours per day. What is cud?
Well, I didn't really know what cud was either when I knew that I've heard that they chew their cud, but I didn't exactly know what cud was. So really all it is it's partly digested food that is returned from the first stomach to the cow's mouth for further chewing. So like when a cow eats some hay, they chew it up a little bit and then they swallow it. And then they throw it up and they chew it some more so that it gets into smaller food particles. And then when it's smaller and they swallow it, then it can travel into the second stomach. So it just has to chew the food up even more. So it eats it, and then it comes back up, and then it chews it some more, and then it swallows it, and then it goes through all those 4 chambers of its stomach.
That's gross. And also, why don't you just eat it so long?
Why don't you just chew it longer in the first place?
Yeah, instead of having to barf it up every day.
Well, I think too that the cud contains stomach acid from the cow's stomach, and I think that helps break down the hay and everything too, so that it's easier to get through the stomach. But I can't imagine that it tastes very good. Blech. Question 7. How much milk does it take to make 1 pound of cheese?
10 pounds of milk.
That is a lot of milk for 1 pound of cheese, but thank you, cows, because I love me some cheese.
I don't like cheese by itself.
You like cheese, but you only like it with crackers, or even on a sandwich, you don't really like it.
But I like it with pizza.
Yeah, you do like cheese on pizza. You're just kind of particular about your cheese, aren't you?
Yeah, and I only like white and orange cheese.
Yeah, I like all cheese. Just give me the cheese. I'll eat it all.
Are you going to cut it first?
Good one.
Round 2. The category is Bubble Guppies. Question 1. Which 2 characters usually appear in the opening of each episode? Question 2. What is the name of the Guppies preschool teacher? Question 3. What is the name of Gil's pet dog? Question 4. Which meal is eaten during most episodes of Bubble Guppies? Question 5. Which Bubble Guppies character wears glasses? Question 6. Who is the older fish that doesn't seem to like anything? Question 7. On season 5 of Bubble Guppies, they introduced a new Guppy student. What is her name? And now the answers to round 2. Question 1. Which 2 characters usually appear at the opening of each episode?
Molly and Gil. And I feel like usually Gil always gets scared by something, one of those little fish, and then he goes like, ah!
And he starts running, and then at the end he just starts laughing.
Yes. And then the little fish say, it's time for Bubble Guppies.
Bubble Guppies.
So catchy. There's theme song.
Question 2. What is the name of the Guppies preschool teacher?
Mr. Grouper.
Line up, everybody, line up. Question 3. What is the name of Gil's pet dog?
Bubble Puppy.
Question 4. Which meal is eaten during most episodes of Bubble Guppies?
Lunch. What time is it?
It's time for lunch.
What time is it?
It's time for lunch.
What time is it?
It's time for lunch.
It's lunchtime. Hey, what's for lunch?
Question 5. Which Bubble Guppies character wears glasses?
Nani.
The brainy one.
Yeah, and he's always very serious. And he's usually the one that has something weird for lunch, like macaroni and trees. And then those little fish go, macaroni and trees? That's silly.
Question 6. Who is the older fish that doesn't seem to like anything?
Mr. Grumpfish.
Mr. Grumpfish.
His face looks like he would be a grumpfish. He's a really grumpy looking guy.
Question 7. On season 5 of Bubble Guppies, they introduced a new Guppy student. What is her name?
Zuli.
Zuli!
That was good. So, Ren, when you were little, when you were about 2, you loved Bubble Guppies. So much so that your second birthday party was Bubble Guppies themed. Did you remember that?
A little.
It was so cute. We all had Bubble Guppies masks we could wear, and we had a Bubble Guppy cake, and you had a shirt, and you loved them. Round 3. The category is geography. Question 1. What is the name of the smallest ocean? Question 2. Which is the largest of North America's Great Lakes? Question 3. Which river flows through the rainforests of Brazil? Question 4. What do you call a piece of land surrounded by water on 3 sides? Question 5. On which continent would you find the Andes Mountains? Question 6. What is the capital of England? Question 7. Russia is the largest country in the world, but what is the second largest? And now the answers to round 3. Question 1. What is the name of the smallest ocean?
Arctic Ocean.
The Arctic Ocean is almost completely covered with ice for the majority of the year, and its average temperature seldom rises above freezing. So, like, that's where polar bears live, and seals, and penguins, and all those freezing cold animals. Question 2. Which is the largest of North America's Great Lakes?
Lake Superior.
And can you name the other Great Lakes?
Lake Superman.
Nope, Lake Superman is not one of them. So the other ones are Lake Erie, Lake Ontario, Lake Huron, Lake Michigan, and Lake Superior. And they're kind of all up by Chicago, Michigan, Wisconsin, and they touch Canada and stuff. They're right in that area. Question 3. Which river flows through the rainforests of Brazil?
The Amazon.
My favorite place to shop. If you could have seen Ren's eye roll to that comment. So the Amazon River is the largest by volume, but not quite as long as the Nile River. And it seems like there was some contention with that because apparently there's like a fight between which river is really the longest. But fun fact, this is a cool fact. The Amazon River has pink dolphins. For real. One of the rarest and most endangered Amazon River animals is the dolphin, whose skin is so thin that it can appear gray or even pink. Hence its nickname, Pink River Dolphin. Have you ever seen a pink dolphin?
No.
You should look it up. They're cool.
There's a rumor that says if you look into a pink dolphin's eye, you'll see your worst nightmare.
What?
I don't know. I saw it on Jungle Cruise.
Oh, because were they on the Amazon River in Jungle Cruise?
Yeah.
Question 4. What do you call a piece of land surrounded by water on 3 sides?
Peninsula.
A peninsula. What do you call a piece of land surrounded by water on all sides?
Square.
An island. So if it has water on 3 sides, it's a peninsula. If it has water on 4 sides, it's an island. Or on all sides. I guess it doesn't necessarily. There are some islands that aren't squares. Question 5. On which continent would you find the Andes Mountains?
South America.
And do you think they have lots of Andes mints?
I don't know.
The Andes, which runs along South America's western side, is among the world's longest mountain ranges. They travel from Venezuela in the north, and the range passes through Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, Bolivia, Argentina, and Chile. Or Chile. How do you say it?
Chile.
Question 6. What is the capital of England?
London Bridge is falling down. London.
London. I want to visit London. I've never been and I'd love to go. Would you go with me?
London Bridge is...
Would you go with me?
I've never even seen what London even looks like.
Like Big Ben and
I heard-
double-decker buses and Parliament.
I don't know.
Quinn would go with me. Question 7. Russia is the largest country in the world. But what is the second largest?
Our neighbors to the north. Canada.
What do they say in Canada?
I don't know.
A. You don't know that that's what they say in Canada? Oh, A.
Are you saying the alphabet? Round 4. The category is ear. All the answers will contain the letters E-A-R. Question 1. What is another word for feeling of terror? Question 2. What are the water droplets that come from your eyes? Question 3. Another word for translucent or see-through is blank. Question 4. A period of 12 months is known as what? Question 5. What is a sweet, juicy fruit that is shaped like a bell? Question 6. Another word for your backside is what? Question 7. What is a word to describe something that is close to you? And now the answers to round 4. Question 1. What is another word for a feeling of terror?
Fear. What would be another word for a feeling of terror?
Scared.
Yep. Or frightened, terrified.
Question 2. What are the water droplets that come from your eyes?
Tears.
Sad, tragic day.
Or the other day, Quinn and I were cutting up some onions. I was crying and crying.
Question 3. Another word for translucent or see-through is blank.
Clear.
Question 4. A period of 12 months is known as what?
A year. What's your favorite month?
May.
Is that just because your birthday's in May?
No,
Why else do you like May?
because it's in the summer and you don't have school on May 26 or May 27, May 28, May 29, May 30.
Yeah, we didn't have any snow days this year, so we don't have any school to make up, I don't think.
Question 5. What is a sweet, juicy fruit that is shaped like a bell?
Pear. Do you like pears?
Yes.
Me too.
My dad likes pears and cottage cheese. Gross.
You do not, do you? He eats that for breakfast. Blech. I don't like that either. And then he always asks, Ren, do you want pears and cottage cheese? And what do you say?
No! Question 6. Another word for your backside is what?
Rear.
Rear end. Question 7. What is a word to describe something that is close to you?
Near. What is the opposite of near?
Far.
That reminds me of an episode of Sesame Street. I feel like I learned this because of Grover. Because he would run really close to the camera and go, near? And then he would run really far away and he'd go, far. And then he'd run really close again and go, near? Far. I don't know. It's just a memory I have from when I was a kid. Round 5. The category is baking. Question 1. True or false? A teaspoon is larger than a tablespoon. Question 2. How many cups are in a pint? Question 3. What baked goods are often boiled in water before they are baked? Question 4. A baguette is a type of what? Question 5. What gives brown sugar its color? Question 6. 1 stick of butter is equal to how many cups? Question 7. What ingredient causes bread to rise? And now the answers to round 5. Question 1. True or false? A teaspoon is larger than a tablespoon.
False. A tablespoon is about 3 times bigger than a teaspoon.
So if a recipe called for a teaspoon of salt and you put in a tablespoon of salt, it would be really salty. Question 2. How many cups are in a pint?
2. What is a pint?
It's just a different size measurement of liquid. You haven't learned that in school yet? Like 2 cups in a pint, 2 pints in a quart, 4 quarts in a gallon, I think. You haven't learned those in school yet?
Nope.
Question 3. What baked goods are often boiled in water before they are baked?
Bagels.
Bagels? Is that how you say it?
No. Bagels.
There you go. A brief boil gives bagels a thin and fairly elastic crust that will still allow the bagels to rise quite a bit in the oven, resulting in a softer texture. I love bagels. Do you like bagels? Especially slathered in large amounts of cream cheese. Again, with the cheese. I love all kinds of cheese. Give me the cheese.
I only like blueberry cream cheese.
Oh man, it's so good. Question 4. A baguette is a type of what?
Bread.
The French baguette is among the most popular types of bread in French cuisine, known for its crackly, crispy crust and pillowy chew. I liked saying crackly, crispy crust. Let's try to say it 3 times fast.
Crackly, crispy crust. Crackly, crispy crust. Crackly, crispy crust.
Pretty good. Now try to say toy boat 3 times fast.
Toy boat, toy boat, toy boat. Toy boat, toy boat, toy boat.
That's one of the
5
hardest.
times fast. Toy boat, toy boat, toy boat.
Question 5. What gives brown sugar its color?
Molasses.
Do you know what molasses is?
Isn't it like a type of syrup? I read it in a...
I thought it was sort of like maple syrup, and it kind of is, but molasses is the dark, sweet, syrupy byproduct made during the extractions of sugar from sugarcane and sugar beets. So sugar itself comes from sugarcane, which is like long kind of poles, basically, or sugar beets, which are kind of like sugar vegetable looking things. And then when they're getting the sugar out of those things, it makes this dark, syrupy stuff, and that's molasses.
That's a good fact.
Thank you. Question 6. 1 stick of butter is equal to how many cups?
1/2 cup.
So you would need 2 whole sticks of butter to make 1 cup. I feel like every time a recipe calls for a cup of butter, I think, man, 2 sticks? That feels like a lot. Do you like to cook, Ren? Or do you like to bake? I'm sorry.
Yes.
And what is your favorite thing to bake?
Desserts. I don't really know. I love like cookies, brownies, anything that I can taste if I want to.
Yep, you're a good baker, aren't you? Question 7. What ingredient causes bread to rise?
Yeast.
Bread rises because yeast eats sugar and burps carbon dioxide, which gets trapped by the bread's gluten. The more sugar your yeast eats, the more gas that gets formed, and the higher your bread rises.
Is yeast an animal?
No, yeast is like, how do I describe yeast?
It's like a mold.
Yeah. It's like a powdery mold kind of deal. And now the questions for the final exam. Now remember, you've already heard these questions in this episode, but these are the hardest ones we had. So use your memory and try to think back to what the answers were. Question 1. How many stomach chambers does a cow have?
4.
Do you remember what cud was?
Ew. Yes.
Just ew. Question 2. What do you call a piece of land surrounded by water on 3 sides?
Peninsula.
And what do you call land surrounded by water on all sides?
Square. No. Island.
Question 3. What baked goods are often boiled in water before they are baked?
Bagels.
What? Bagels?
Bagels. Bagels.
Question 4. True or false? Bulls do not like the color red.
False, because cows are colorblind.
Question 5. On which continent would you find the Andes Mountains?
South America.
Question 6. What ingredient causes bread to rise?
Yeast.
Question 7. Which river flows through the rainforests of Brazil?
The Amazon.
And what kind of things are in the Amazon River did we talk about?
Pink dolphin.
There you go. Hey, that's the end of another episode.
Yay!
What was your favorite question of this episode?
Maybe the cud one.
Yeah, that was kind of interesting to learn what cud was and how long they chewed it and where it came from. That was pretty gross. I grew up around cows and I did not know that's what cud was. I mean, I kind of did, but I didn't know that's how it worked. So, are we going to have a good week this week?
Yeah!
All right, Ren is dying to go back outside and play with her friends. So, we're going to end this and we hope you all have a pleasant, beautiful week ahead.
Bye!
Bye.
Have fun!
Thanking you for listening.
Thanks for listening.
God bless everybody.
God bless everybody.
Please follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Trivia for Kids Podcast. And if you have any ideas for questions or even an entire category, please email us at triviaforkidspodcast@gmail.com.